Mortgage rates fall from 8.03 to Friday's 7.41. So I got to ask, Casey, is that significant drop enough to reignite demand in the craziness in the housing market? What do you think?
Drops don't happen all the time like that.
Not in
such a
3
short period
days.
of time. No, I think that might excite people to like, maybe now, maybe now's a good time.
Alrighty, folks, if you are paying attention to interest rates as much as I have, you have undoubtedly seen mortgage rates fall from 8.03 to Friday's 7.41. That is a significant move. It's a 4 sigma move, according to Danielle DiMartino Booth. So I got to ask, Casey, is that significant drop enough to reignite demand in the craziness in the housing market? What do you think?
I think, first of all, it's a huge drop, historically, that half a point plus drops don't happen all the time like that.
Not in
such a
3
short period
days.
of time. No. So it's really big news. It's really big news. But, we're rounding here. 7.5% to 8%, not a real big excitement, Some people probably didn't even know they went to 8%. So they're still thinking 7.5%. And we're in the winter time as well. So we're also in the time where people are on break. You got Thanksgiving coming up and Christmas, and it's just not that big of a price drop. Now, if we were to see another drop like this, come the springtime after February, right, when people's grass is starting to grow, and they're like, oh, I can make my yard look nice. I think we should sell this year. And we see rates go down a little bit more. I think that might excite people to like, maybe now, maybe now's a good time. So I don't think right now is going to be it. Now, I will say, for everybody out there who didn't care about rates and said, you know what, we are going to make offers, like you say, disrespectful offers. We're going to get the good deals regardless of the interest rates. And we're in contract during this period. And we're able to get a way lower rate locked in. I have 2 students that were in this position that said, oh my gosh, Casey, I was in contract early last week, hadn't locked my rate yet. Rates went down. I'm going to cash flow even more. So it was a very nice surprise for everybody who was in that position to where, because some sellers are more privy to what's happening out there. And if they see rates go down, they think their price is going up. So if you could already have locked in a contract with a seller, and they're thinking, oh gosh, rates are 8 to 9%, and you've got that locked in, and now rates dropped. Now you, as a buyer, you can go to your lender and say, hey, rates dropped, and if you'd already locked your rate, a lot of lenders, if it's a 0.5% or more drop, they will relock for you. Even if you lock your rate, you can usually get them to do some sort of relock if it's a significant enough change. And that's great for those people that are in that position last week.
Yeah. I think there's a couple of things that you brought up. One, the moves in interest rates really all year have been crazy, right? Historically speaking. And I think a lot of home buyers and investors are just burned out. I think the amount of people looking to buy now in the winter, right? We're already in November, is a lot less than it was in August. So I think there's a lot less people kind of staying alert to this massive move in interest rate. That was weird.
Yeah, just like froze.
Anyways, I'm going to keep talking because I don't know what happened. So what I was saying there is this massive move in interest rates probably didn't hit a lot of buyers because they weren't looking. But to your other point, we could be repeating last year. And if you don't know what I mean by that, or I guess earlier this year, rates spiked last October, November, and then they came down in February, March, and April. Sort of up in the winter, slow season, down in the spring. And my fear, Casey, is we go up in the winter like now, and then we go sub 7 in, call it February 14th. Demand is going to come screaming off the sideline.
It'll be all over then. I mean, we're going to see just prices go through the roof with the demand. We already have no inventory. There's already hardly any. Now, we're seeing more properties stay on the market, but still, comparatively.
Yeah.
There's still way more buyers than sellers.
Yeah. This is a demand supply problem. Demand, I think, unlocks sub 7. Supply doesn't unlock until sub 5.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The only
Yeah,
way the
people
move
have
up
such low rates.
yeah, the move up buyer doesn't come back unless you're sub 5. And I don't think we're going sub 5, but I think we might see sub 7. So it'll be
That'd be
very
nuts.
interesting.
That'd be
Forward.
I think that'd be a healthy interest rate to get to somewhere in the sixes. I think would be like
Just
good.
stay there.
I feel good about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Because
feel good
again,
about rates in the sixes.
because I've been studying the consumer for 30 years. Most consumers want a deal.
Oh yeah,
And if we hit them with 8% and then they get a 6.5, they feel like they got a deal.
they sure do. And with the average historical interest rate being under seven, what is it,
Yeah.
7% or something like that? It's a good rate. It's a good rate. 6.5, 6, 7. It's a good rate. Overall, it's
Yeah.
fine.
So we'll see. We'll see. I actually am a little bit afraid that we get to like Valentine's Day and we still don't have inventory. We have a 30-year mortgage rate below 7, and we could see prices go up 5-10%.
Yeah.
Median price nationally. I I don't want that. I don't want another double-digit increase. This thing gets unhealthy pretty quickly. So,
You know
but
what worries me the most about that,
mhm.
potentially happening, is the legit unaffordability of housing
Oh,
prices.
we're already in a
Because
horrible.
I mean, it's already tough. And imagine if they went up again. It's not like employers are paying any, you know. And with all the other things people have to pay for nowadays, it's just getting harder and harder. I feel like people are digging themselves holes and spreading themselves too thin with what they can afford. And now to make, the whole American dream of being a homeowner be just so far out in the distance is we're going to have way more renters. A mass population of people are going to be lifetime renters, and owning a home may be a thing of the past if this continues.
Yeah, I agree. It's not good. Not what I want. Let's just go
Yeah.
sideways for a decade. Let's have wages increase to make
Yeah.
it back to more reasonable affordability. Casey, where can people find you?
People can find me every day on Instagram. That's where I live, at Brick by Brick Wealth. And you can find me on YouTube, TikTok, all the other places.
Thank you so much.